Okay, before we start our class, please, I don't want to see Kemahiran Hidup, Pendidikan Agama Islam, PJK books, mathematics, science, no, biology, no. I don't want to see any books that are not related to English class, because now is English class. So only have your English textbooks on your table. I'll give you only 1 minute to settle down. Okay. Have you all settled down? Okay, good. Now, okay, I want to ask you before we start, what did we celebrate last November? Yes, we celebrated Festival of Light, that is Deepavali, right? Okay, so what is the normal tradition when it comes to Deepavali? Yes, there will be a column, yeah? My neighbor, she's an Indian, okay? Drew the column with the colored rice, right? Colored rice, okay, in front of her doormat. So that is an example of cultural or tradition that usually happens during Deepavali, right? Okay, what about Chinese tradition? Yes, Aina? Okay, Chinese tradition, we have Chinese New Year, okay? Before this, we used to have Yi Sang, right? Do we still have Yi Sang now? Yes, we still have Yi Sang, but before this we did Yi Sang for big gatherings. It also involves the whole community in the neighborhood. But now, because of the COVID-19, okay, we only have family gatherings, close relatives, right? So it is no longer open for public places and for communities, very big communities. So that is an example of tradition that we no longer practice, right? Yi Sang, yeah. Yes, Ridwan. Yes, raya card, right? So during my time, we used to exchange gifts and raya cards, okay, a week before raya. But nowadays we no longer do that because we just use our social media, right? Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp. We can just forward it to our friends, relatives, and family. So this is an example of culture or tradition that we no longer practice. Okay, now that we have mentioned all these three traditions, okay. So now, okay, can you guess what we are going to learn? Tradition, no. People and culture, no. Okay, now that we have mentioned Chinese tradition, right? Okay, do you remember any short story that you can relate to Chinese tradition? Yes, Malik? Yeah, prayers, right? Using joysticks, okay. What short story again? Yes, Tanjong Rhu. So now we are going to learn about Tanjong Rhu. Has everyone? Okay, so class, have you guys read the short story Tanjong Rhu? Have you read it? I told you to read it last week, right? Okay, can someone tell me a little bit about the short story? Okay, what are the important events that you can remember, that you can find in the short story? Let's have Alia, yes. Yes, we have Ahma and Helen. Okay, Ahma was doing her prayers at the altar in the room. Okay, how about Helen? Who is Helen? Helen is Mr. Lee's wife. Okay, so Mr. Lee's wife, Helen, she was having tea time. She was having high tea party with her friends. Alright, that is from the beginning. Okay, let's have Hafiz. Hafiz, yes. What are other significant or important events that you can find in the short story? Yes, Mr. Lee and Ahmad spent time together. What were they doing? Okay, they spent time. They watched the sights, right? They watched the scenery at the harbor. Yes, using what? Yes, they watched it using the binocular. Okay, why did Mr. Lee buy? Yes, because he wanted her to use the binocular for her eyes. Good. So these are significant or important events that you can find in the short story. So now, do you know how to determine whether they are important events or not? Okay, so now today we are going to look at Tanjong Rhu and the important events. Okay, what is an important event? Okay, an important event is an event in the short story that first, it relates to the themes. So what is a theme that you can think of? A very simple one. Family love? Yes, family love. So the theme is family love. So what is an important event that you see that can portray family love? Okay. Yes, Mr. Lee and his mother. Okay, what event is that? Okay, when Mr. Lee bought the binocular for his mother. So he wants to show his love. He wants to show that he cares for his mother. So this theme, okay, family love, is portrayed when he went to buy a binocular for his mother. So can you see now, okay, how to define an important event? Okay, what are the definition, or what is the other clue or sign for you to find another important event? Okay. Secondly, okay, if the event that happens, it changes the story or the characters. Okay. For example, here, okay, when Ahmad dies, so what happens in the story? What happens to the character that is Mr. Lee? Okay. He wants to find the joysticks, right? Okay. He wants to do the prayers in a traditional way, okay, to serve his mother who is already dead. So this shows that, okay, the event or the death of Ahmad, okay, leads to the changes in Mr. Lee's character. Okay, can you see that? Why is it an important event? Yes? Okay. Thirdly, okay, it gives you a sign when it affects the reader's emotion. Okay. For example, can you give an event that shocks you? Maybe makes you feel sad, makes you feel happy. Yes, Aina? Yes. When Ahmad and Mr. Lee, they talk about the binoculars. So what happens then? Okay, Ahmad reminisces about her past, okay, Mr. Lee's childhood. What happens to Mr. Lee? What can he see through the binocular? He can only see what is in front of him. So Mr. Lee and Ahmad, they talk about different things, right? How they see things differently, okay? The different perspectives of older generation, Ahmad, and yes, younger generation, that is Mr. Lee. So does it affect your emotion as readers? Yes. Maybe some of you have mixed feelings, right? You are happy because they are talking about his childhood. But what do you feel after that? You feel frustrated because Mr. Lee does not want to talk about his childhood. He wants to talk about the present. So that is how an important event is written in the short story. So now can you list out the important events if I want you to find it? So now you have already understood, okay, how to define important events. Now I want something else from you. Okay, do you see all these mahjong papers? Okay, I'll give you, okay, there are 4 mahjong papers. So first, listen to my instructions. Okay, we have 20 students in the class, right? So there will be 4 groups. So one group will consist of 5 members. So 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, so 4 groups. Okay, we'll have 4 mahjong paper. Okay, one group will write on one theme. Okay, so we will have 4 groups and 4 different themes. Yeah, so one group will write about one theme. Okay, and I want you to support your evidence from the important events. Okay, so important events, yeah, I want you to support the evidence. Okay, Support your theme with the evidences from the text from Tanjong Rhu, the short story. So only one paragraph, yeah. I want you to write only one paragraph on your one theme, also along with your evidences, your important events, okay. And I want each group, okay, to present in front of the whole class, okay. I will give you 2 to 3 minutes per group to present in front. So, okay, let's say I'll give you time to prepare around 7 minutes to write down your paragraph, your themes in the mahjong paper, okay. After 7 minutes, I want each group to present in front of the whole class, yeah. Around 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Do you understand my instructions clearly? Okay then. Okay. I want you to start working on your themes now. Good job, everyone. I can see that every one of you have already participated in this theme, your discussion, and you have presented all your themes and also your important events. So that is really good, everyone. So before we end our lesson, okay, I want to recap. Okay, what are the 4 themes that you have presented just now? Okay, first is family love. Okay, secondly, we have different perspectives in life. So how do you elaborate more on this? How does Mr. Lee, the younger generation, and Ahma, okay, the older generation, how do they view perspectives in life? Okay. Number 3 is what? Traditional versus modern way of lifestyle. So what is an example of traditional lifestyle that you can see in the short story? Okay, traditional way is when Ahma is doing her prayers. Okay, how about modern way? Okay, modern way is when Helen, Mr. Lee's wife, she was having tea time, right? What? High tea, yes. She was having high tea. Okay. And then number 4, what do we have here? Culture. So these all 4 themes. Yeah, I want you to remember. Okay, it will come out in your exam. And don't only write the themes. Yeah, you must also remember how to support your evidences from the important events in the short story. So okay, what do you think about the short story? Do you think it is sad? Does it have a sad ending? Yes, right? Okay. So if you were in Mr. Lee's shoes or Ahmad's shoes, what will you do? What will you feel when someone you loved is already gone? Yes, you will want to spend more time with them. You will have to appreciate your loved ones before they are long gone, right? Okay. And how about the culture part? How do we as the younger generation, you as the younger generation, okay, generation Y and Z, how do you want to preserve your culture? How do you want to practice your culture so that it won't be forgotten? It won't be forgotten. Yes. How, Aina? Yes, during the festival, maybe during Raya, you can practice going to your friends or relatives' house, bring your own kueh, your homemade cookies. Okay, for the Chinese tradition, okay, maybe you can have a dance club, right? Traditional dance club where you can learn from the instructors how to perform in front of the crowd and still can maintain your cultural roots. Okay, that is all that I want you to reflect. Okay, I want you to sum up all the themes, remember the themes, important events, and also reflect your life on this short story. Okay, that is all for now. Good job, everyone. I'll see you again next week.